Listen to me, Blake Lively. Tap out. Tap out. Call Uncle right now. Please take my advice. I don't feel like I am like Octagon side UFC fight, and you're like, oh my gosh, is this guy's neck gonna get snapped? Please just tap out. Be done. Be done with this. Ref, please call Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds out. Just call this out. Because I'm telling you, they are not going to win this.
Parties and courts meeting for the first time in court today. It was about a 90-minute hearing. This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry.
In a world where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to wait and see. It's coming up soon.
The lawyer also brought up a website that was put out this weekend saying Blake's lawyer also complained about Justin Baldoni's new website dedicated to the case, telling the judge they think this is improper. Brian Friedman, his lawyer, defended this, saying that Blake's team is doing the same thing, citing the New York Times article where Blake first made her sexual harassment claims against Justin. He says the paper only gave Justin 12 hours of notice.
Y'all won't believe what just went down in court. Poor Blake Lively. This definitely isn't going to end well for her. We're living in a world where people sometimes judge before giving chances, but honey, just wait and see what's coming up next. The drama intensified when Blake's lawyer brought up this weekend's hot topic, Justin's new website about the case. They were practically clutching their pearls, calling it improper. But Brian Friedman, Justin's fierce attorney, wasn't having any of it. He clapped back, pointing out that Blake's team did the exact same thing with that New York Times bombshell where she first dropped those sexual harassment allegations against Justin. And get this, they only gave Justin a measly 12 hours notice. Darlings, it only took 90 minutes, yes, you heard that right, just 90 minutes, for Justin Baldoni to score his first major victory against Blake Lively in court. And let me tell you, it left Blake and her legal team absolutely shook. No, this wasn't the final curtain call, but honey, it's a major sign of what's coming. Blake is in deep trouble, and I mean deep. For those who haven't been following this scandalous saga, let me spill the tea. Blake Lively dropped a bombshell $250 million lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, accusing him of sexual harassment. But Justin? Oh, he didn't just sit there looking pretty. He fired back with an even bigger $400 million countersuit claiming extortion and defamation. The drama.
Director Justin Baldoni is now suing his former co-star Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds, seeking more than $400 million in damages, accusing them of defamation and extortion.
Darlings, they finally made it to court, and trust me, this is shaping up to be one of the juiciest, messiest Hollywood legal showdowns we've seen in ages. The moment those courtroom doors swung open, Justin's attorney, Brian Friedman, strutted in like he was ready for battle. And sweeties, this man was on a mission. Blake's legal team. They were visibly rattled by his intensity, and honestly, who could blame them? This is the same fierce attorney who publicly declared he'd sue Blake into oblivion.
You're going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megan.
The way he commanded that courtroom, honey, it was crystal clear he meant every single word he'd said. Blake's lawyers were so shaken they desperately tried to slap him with a gag order to shut him up. But guess what? The judge wasn't having any of it.
The judge chose to not impose the gag order on Justin Baldoni's attorney Brian Friedman today, but did threaten to move up the trial if the media press war continued.
The judge came down like a ton of bricks on Blake's team, serving them a reality check by pointing out that her own lawyers had been just as vocal in the media. Trying to silence Friedman, that would be totally unfair, darling. And just like that, Justin's team snatched their first victory of the day. But hold on to your seats because it gets even juicier for Blake. Blake's legal dream team didn't stop there. They went on whining about how Friedman was too chatty, claiming his constant media appearances and interviews were leaving them in the dust, unable to keep up.
Blake Lively's lawyer does not like Brian Friedman and says he's being way too chatty about this case to the public, giving them little wiggle room to respond in the court of the public opinion.
Every single time they tried to respond to something he said, boom, he was already dropping another bombshell, leaving them scrambling like headless chickens. But did the judge sympathize? Not one bit, sweeties. He let Friedman keep spilling the tea about the case. Another devastating blow for Blake. But the real drama exploded when Blake's team discovered Justin wasn't just fighting this battle in the courtroom, he was taking it to the internet. Blake's lawyers were absolutely furious when they found out Justin had created an entire website dedicated to the case, planning to post all the evidence, including footage, receipts, and lawsuit papers.
His team launched a new website over the weekend, featuring an amended legal complaint and a 168-page timeline of events, including newly released text messages allegedly sent between the embattled stars of It Ends With Us, as well as Lively's husband, actor Ryan Reynolds. One alleged text from Reynolds to Baldoni expresses his excitement about It Ends With Us, writing, "This is going to be incredible. I happen to adore you, Justin."
According to Blake's team, this was completely improper, but oh honey, Fredman wasn't about to let them get away with that. He came back swinging, reminding everyone that Blake Lively was the one who ran to the media first. She went straight to the New York Times to air her allegations, and here's the kicker. She only gave Justin 12 measly hours to respond before they published the story. Before he could even catch his breath, the story was already online, dragging his reputation through the mud.
The lawyer also wrote the website that was put out this weekend saying Blake's lawyer also complained about Justin Baldoni's new website dedicated to the case, telling the judge they think this is improper. Brian Friedman, his lawyer, defended this, saying that Blake's team is doing the same thing, citing the New York Times article where Blake first made her sexual harassment claims against Justin. He says the paper only gave Justin 12 hours of notice.
If Blake could use the media to broadcast her side of the story, why couldn't Justin do the same? Fredman made that point crystal clear, and once again, the judge took Justin's side. But then came the most dramatic moment of the day. Blake's lawyers practically begged the judge to let her choose who would question her during the deposition, obviously trying to avoid Fredman. But darling, the judge wasn't having any of it, ruling that Blake doesn't get to pick who deposes her.
Counsel for Miss Lively has made it clear that Miss Lively does not want Mr. Friedman to be the attorney who takes her deposition. We are unaware of any situation that would warrant the deposed party to have a choice in which attorney takes her deposition. Parties to litigation simply do not have the right to decide which of the other opponent's attorneys may or may not take their deposition or perform any other aspects of the opposing party's case. And essentially, the judge agreed and told her lawyer that she does not get to choose who deposes her.
And that, my dears, hit her legal team like a ton of bricks. You could literally see the frustration written all over their faces because, let's be real, they know exactly what this means. Fredman is an absolute beast in the courtroom, and Blake is clearly terrified of him. For those who aren't familiar with legal drama, a deposition is when someone's questioned under oath and everything they say can be used in court. There's no spinning the story, no dodging those tough questions. And with how desperately Blake's team has been trying to keep her away from this, it's obvious she's not ready to face Fredman head-on. Let's think about this for a minute, sweeties. If Blake Lively truly believes in her allegations, why is she so scared of a deposition? Why is she avoiding Fredman like he's the boogeyman? If she's telling the truth, shouldn't she be eager to sit down, answer those questions, and let the facts speak for themselves? Instead, her legal team is throwing every excuse in the book to keep Fredman away from her.
Listen to me, Blake Lively. Tap out, call uncle right now. Please take my advice. I don't feel like I am like Octagon side, UFC fight, and you're like, oh my gosh, is this guy's neck gonna get snapped? Please just tap out, be done with this. Ref, please call Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds out. Just call this out. Because I'm telling you, they are not going to win this.
The judge wasn't buying any of it and shot down their request. Another win for Justin. By the time that hearing wrapped up, it was crystal clear who came out on top. Justin and his team were practically glowing with victory after every single argument, while Blake's team got served loss after loss.
We're going to move as quickly as we possibly can and prove our innocence in a world where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
The judge made it crystal clear that both lawsuits are now one case. So this isn't going to be some drawn-out legal soap opera. This is about to be one wild courtroom battle. And guess what? The trial is set for March 2026 unless they manage to settle before then. But let's keep it real, darlings. If this thing actually goes to trial, Blake is in serious trouble. And don't forget, this isn't just a courtroom fight. It's a battle for public opinion too. The way things are looking, Blake's perfect image is taking a massive hit. Fans are divided. Some are still standing by her side, while others are giving her some serious side-eye about her motives. Meanwhile, Justin's out here collecting all the receipts, making sure he's got every piece of evidence he needs to clear his name and turn the tables on her. That website shows he's not backing down, and honestly, that's some genius-level strategy. Blake used the media to throw shade at him, and now he's using the internet to fight back. The real question is, should Blake just swallow her pride and apologize before she digs herself into an even deeper hole? Because if she doesn't find a way out of this mess, she could be looking at a $400 million price tag to Justin Baldoni. And where's Ryan Reynolds in all this drama? If his wife takes this L, it's going to hit them hard. $400 million is more than Ryan and Blake's combined net worth? Maybe it's time for Blake to eat that humble pie and try to fix things before the court completely demolishes her. And let's be real, losing this case, that's $400 million she'll never get back. Money that could end her Hollywood career for good. Even with all of Ryan's money, this kind of financial blow would still be a game changer. And that's if her career doesn't take an even bigger hit if she loses. It's not just about the money. She's losing her credibility, her reputation, and any chance of being taken seriously again. Hollywood loves a juicy scandal, but it also loves a winner. And right now, Justin's the one with all the cards. One thing's for certain, darlings. This legal war is far from over, and we're all here for it. We're all